I was debating like streaming on TikTok, but it's so messy over there. I don't know. It's just like I have to like there's less trouble on here. Like there's always audio issues over there. It's always doubling up the mic. I don't know. You don't even do that. You don't even do that now. But you're still not even doing it. Well, when you start doing it, I'll start doing it. You have the capture card set up. I don't. You can source your audio like properly. I'm too lazy. Huh? It's there. I'll use it eventually. I'm working myself up to it. God. I'm psyching myself. You know how much of a nuisance it is to unplug shit? Like, it's hard. It's hard. Like, I ain't gonna be doing that. I barely do that for like watching stuff. You imagine like it's gonna be for streaming. They don't tell you that when you sign up for this. For the streamer life, you're gonna have to do weird shit that you're not really crazy about. Like IT issues. They really don't tell you that. They don't tell you how many IT issues you're gonna have and how often you're gonna have to just solve them yourself or watch stupid videos to try to figure it out. That's like unwritten rule of streaming because you will need IT help at one point or another. And like hopefully you have somebody that's like close by, you know. But we've run into several instances where we could have used a hand. Help! We guessed at yours. Your capture card like was guesswork. And it seems to be working. I don't even know if that's how we should be doing it, but it seems to be working, so I'm not gonna mess with it. But how were we that day that we unplugged it? We kind of messed up. We didn't take a picture of like how we had set it up. Oh, I'm running out of energy. Oh, you can't eat this? You can't eat the coconuts? That's stupid. Oh, I still don't have any energy? I guess I'll drink one of these. They should give you more energy though, because it's like sugar, so. Don't you have the ancient star fruit for that or something like? I think I did. But it's Christmas. 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 Ah, you can't. You know what my dad was telling me? Their YouTube got like restrictions because they were using an audio track that was copyrighted or copywritten. I didn't know that because like if it's a sound like what is it, the background track, or like in Spanish it's called a pista, but what's it in English? I forget. He told me that their YouTube account got like banned or like restricted. So I don't know if it's like permanent or they're eventually gonna get it back, but right now they don't have access to it. Karaoke. It's like what is the stupid music for karaoke? I'm drawing a blank right now with what it's called. Yeah, I thought that was weird. I was like, oh well. And I was telling him, I'm like, I can set up some stuff for you guys if you ever want to do like videos and whatnot. And he was like, okay, but not on YouTube because they kicked us off. No, I'm setting up his Facebook and his Instagram with with the company. And he told me, don't put it live yet. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna put it live today. So while you're over there, you're gonna get phone calls. He was all panicking. I was like, nah, it doesn't matter if I put it live today because like it has no foot traffic yet, so nobody knows where it's at. I would have to share it like on Twitter, and he doesn't know how it works. I kind of showed him how Pinterest worked, and he was kind of like, it was rocket science to him. I was showing him like the analytics of the views and stuff, and he was like, y cómo sabes que toda esa gente? I'm like, because it tells you like the age range, um, the gender, their location, how many clicks per person, or like, I mean, not per person, but like per, like, I guess like a pie chart would be best way to describe it. And it's really detailed. It tells you exactly who your crowd is, you know? It's really half and half with me on Pinterest. It's like 54% female and then 48% male. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about the. How does Beetlejuice say that? I don't know about the. I don't know about the. Oh, I forget the clip. He's like, I don't know about the. I don't know about the red. He cracks me up. I like when he gets mad. When Beetlejuice gets mad. I feel like I get mad like that. Yeah, you know, they can never just have a chill day and just do things normal. You know, there's gonna be like 20 cars lined up, like they've never eaten a Taco Bell in their life. So I almost want to go just so we can show it, like do a live and be like, this is what we see all the time, wherever we go. Wherever you go, I love you. Wherever you go. It's okay. I can keep myself company. I can crack myself up. Oh man. I guess I was like tailor made for Twitch. I can literally just be sitting here talking to myself and laugh. Like unironically. That looks like the Camel cigarettes. Camel. Big time. I don't know if he has a name. I'm sure he does. But we're gonna get some Taco Bell and some crunchy tacos and some cheesy. Well, not cheesy, right? Are the nacho fries cheesy? I don't know. They don't have cheese, or do they? I don't know, but that seasoning is good. Whatever they dust them with, like, delicious, nutritious. Oh, actually, okay, I'll keep that one. I'm running out of time. Now you got me thinking I should be streaming on Twitch too, you jerk. But I don't have two cameras. I think I need to have two cameras. I have one set up with TikTok Studio and then the Twitch feed. I need a better camera for sure. But Should I buy another camera? I'm not liking the angle of this. It makes my glasses look super glary. Maybe from this distance. No, I'm too far away. I'm not liking this angle here. What about here? That one's not so bad. I just don't want to be like this. Like when you're a little kid and you're at the Walmart. Playing games. My posture is so terrible. And I guess that's why people do that side profile when they're like this. How does it look with the hood on? I wonder. Nah, I'll try it when I take the headset off. It's gonna sound all ugly. What else was I gonna sell? I don't need this. I don't need this. Oh wait, did you want the slimes? I'm not sure. So there's coconut, and you want the rest, I think. So I'll keep all that. There's a lot of stuff. I need the bomb for the mines. But she needs to come in here and sort this out because it's too much. And I'm not gonna do that. That's too much stuff. Wait, I added a box. Why am I sweating it? I added a box over here, so it's not a big deal. Wait, oh, I haven't done the eggs. My bad. Eggs. Move chickens. These are the famed Goth chickens of Albion Farms. Let's see. Let's see. That was a lot more than I thought. Let's sell these mayonnaises. Wait, I don't need this. I legit thought you could eat those coconuts like this whole time. Oh, I haven't done the milk. That's the one I needed to do. Do you constantly have to pet them, or like, are they after? I've been playing this game for a while and I still don't even know that. After I get the 5 hearts, can I just stop petting them? Because it's pretty annoying. Like, do I need to keep doing that? Also, like, I wish we could listen to music. That sucks. You can get like royalty-free music, but that's no fun, dude. Oh. You get all these off-brand songs. They don't even sound right when you listen to them. Pet them always. Like, you have to pet them all the time? That's annoying. I don't want to do that. Doesn't that suck though? Like, we can't listen to like cool tunes when we're on here. I'm pretty responsive to the chat. No, I should not have cut down those maple trees. They're ready to go. I could have put, these are taking a while. I don't think they're gonna grow. This update is a little different. That sucks. There's a new Taco Bell and we can't go to it because everybody around here is so extra. We gotta wait like a month before we can go. Well, I can sing the songs. I can sing the songs and not worry about the copyright. They're just not gonna sound good. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle. Me, 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 me. Jingle around the clock. Sound like a cat in heat. Did someone say goth chickens? You gotta paint their little talons black. What's up, Lee? I took a shower. I did a lot of stuff today. I'm so productive. Yeah, I did throw the trash. I threw a lot of trash. Like, that was a lot. Another thing they never tell you, and it's not Stardew related, but you'll basically be throwing trash for the rest of your life. Open Twitch, and there you were, like magic. Oh, it's magic. You know, never believe it's not so. It was meant to be. I wish it looked a little bit warmer in here, because it's super blue on screen. In real life, it looks warm. It's all toasty, but the camera doesn't pick that up at all. And I'm not gonna put a ring light on myself. That's too much. You need a better camera, yeah. I mean, do I though? Like, I'm not a male model. I'm probably better off with a dookie camera for now. I need to see the pores on your nose. I don't want you to see the pores on my nose. It's bad enough I can see them. I would not have the bomb ready. I can't have you out here with fuzzy cameras. It is a little embarrassing, but damn it. He's gonna kill me if I get distracted again. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Did that heal me? I can't see because of the stupid TV. Oh no. Man, the ghosts hurt, dude. I don't remember them hurting so bad. Ooh, a blue mushroom. How was your day, Lee? How's it going? What time is it? It's barely 5. I don't even know why I started streaming. We're gonna go eat. Like, as soon as Sandra gets out, like, let's go eat. We're going out to eat. We need to find that lady's profile again. Just chilling. It's a, you know, as hectic as I was being, like I was up and down, it was a very relaxing day today. Like, it was a little sunny, but it was still like super nice. My husband did bailiff this morning, so he got off early. I've been playing nothing but COD all day. Are you catching up? Are you trying to get warmed up for tonight? Are we playing tonight? Is that still happening? Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. I thought I had more life. Trying to stay away from Animal Crossing so I don't ruin my island before Saturday. I have the urge to redo everything. It's because it is Christmas. Let's see how much junk I lost. What did I lose? I better have not lost my weapons. Eh, who cares? It's just maple syrup. I didn't lose anything important. Luckily, on my island, I have this really neurotic, like, co-island person, and she does everything for me. So I was honestly playing to refresh because I didn't hadn't played in so long. Depends on the time that you're on. Um, Basically, I have no commitments, so my schedule is as open as I'd want it to be. Typically, like it's not. I'm not too busy anymore, so it's really more about like if I'm home, because sometimes we do leave like after 5. We'll go like today. We're probably gonna go to my in-laws and drop off some of the produce that I got for her. So yeah, I like to call them like soft plans, you know. I don't like to put pressure on anybody and like be like, you need to show up at such and such because that's when I play, you know. Very ish, yeah. That was typically why I would stay up so late as well. Like you literally have all the time in the world at night because everybody's asleep, you know. But it's also not healthy to be staying up so late. So you're not on by 5:01, forget it. No, it's like I have never been like that. Like because I'm surrounded by flakes. So maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing I'm like not too controlling with my time like that. Like yeah, I could be like that. I can feel like when I was younger I would get really like annoyed. Like when I was like in my 20s, I was like, then I'm never texting you. You know, like I made plans and you're pestering me to hang out and then you don't come out. Like you don't show up. So that was a little bit of annoyance. Yeah, it's less stressful. It's it's way less like both ways because you're stressing out the other individual, you're telling them like you're not showing up on time and stuff like that. Like it's just a negative way to do things. Donnie and I used to party chat every single night when we were long distance, and it was always the same exact time every night, 8:30. That's good, you know, because it's like you start to develop that routine, and it's like you set aside that time. You know, it means that no matter what you're doing at that time of the day, like you set aside time for that person. I don't think you need to do that with everybody, but like, I mean, if you're that cool with someone, like if you're that good of a friend, that's cool. That's something to admire as well. You know, like you have people that show up for you 24/7. That's a hard thing to do, and it's a lot of work. He would get off. I always got my feelings hurt if he was late, so then we changed it. He would get off late, and I'd be like, "Oh, he wants to break up." So we said 8:30 to 9:30. Yeah, I when we were like dating, when me and Sandra were dating, like I wasn't used to somebody being so like attached at the hip to me, and for lack of like not really like I was such an introvert, and I still kind of am. Um, I really couldn't fathom the idea of somebody wanting to be around me like 24/7. Like that was really unusual for me. Like I had never had somebody like chase me down and be like, "Where are you?" You know, when are we gonna hang out? I didn't have anybody doing that to me at all when I was like growing up. So it was an adjustment for sure. And because I've always been on my own, like it was frustrating at first. I was like, I'm not used to somebody like kind of coming in and swooping down on my plans. Like I wasn't planning on going out. I wasn't planning on doing this. But then I slowly started to understand why. Like the reason that person is wanting to hang out with you is because they enjoy being around you. And then I made a mini shadow. Us gamer girls are not to be messed with. You're basically like locking him down. Like, here you go. Now you can't leave. I think in our relationship, I started to realize that um, there's only going to be a handful of people in life that are really out to watch you succeed, you know? And in some instances, that's not your partner at all. And I'm lucky enough to say that my partner loves to watch me succeed. Like, she wants me to do everything that I want to do, and like kind of assures me that I'm like on the right track, and not everybody has that. And I've always been very like solitary, so it plays to my strengths to have just one person do that for you. Like I'm not having to rely on anybody else. It's really just me and her. So yeah, she's my ride or die. Like since basically the basically since we tied the knot. And even before then, because my parents were super super like possessive of my time, and they weren't used to that. Like they would get really up in arms. Like they would tell me like well, we had other stuff, and I'm like, Sandra gets off at work at such and such, and that's where I'm going. Like I've had 20 plus years with y'all, and they couldn't understand it. They couldn't understand that my time was now a commodity. And even now, like when I was getting a little older, like I would have little like issues with my dad about my time. Like I told him it's not the same anymore. Like you guys have to adjust to this, and I could never talk to them because once we would start talking about it, they would kind of get upset. Like they would just be like, well, it's because I shouldn't have to tell you. Like they always felt like they always felt like they didn't have to explain why their stuff was more important. And I'm not trying to like down talk like talk down my parents, but like they're a lot. Like they're very busy people. Like they have a lot going on all the time. And me and Sandra are more like low key. And yeah, she is more important because doesn't the Bible say a son leaves his father and mother to take on his wife? Yeah, exactly. Like they kind of contradicted their own like rules and manual starting out. I was just like, but and I would have to tell myself that because nobody was telling me that. So in the early days, we were having all these issues, and I was just like, I was really torn. I was really torn with like what to do because I didn't want to upset either of them. So I was just like, if I spent too much time with them, like my wife was getting upset. She was just like, your parents are kind of like not doing it right. And then I kind of had to go back and forth, as it were. Like I was getting torn in the middle, and I was like, well, I saw the reason in it, and I was like, okay, this is gonna either make or break our marriage. And this was like a year or two in. I think it was in the second year, and I was like, okay, so I can't continue this way. I have to make a change. And I chose my side, as it were. Like Who was I gonna choose? I mean, Sandra made it super easy. Like, who was I gonna choose? The person that basically what I signed up for was like a nuclear family, where it's like you're gonna do all the traditional stuff, like you follow your wife, you follow your husband, kind of thing. It's like that's how it goes. That's always been, and as much as my parents raised me well, like I really credit being a Disney kid. Like that conditioned the crap out of me. Like I saw my life in that lens where I was like I want to grow up and have a family and like have my own like little circle. Like it always appealed to me. I mean, your mom is blocked right now, so obviously you choose your partner. Well, in your defense, his family isn't the best example of liking their wives. Yeah, they have a really bad track record, and it's like that's where like you can see the evidence where it's like, okay, my family has a history of mistreating their spouses, and I'm not gonna go into details just because it's like it's none of my business. It's just like the track record is very long and very like obvious. You can see what is lacking. So I think fundamentally like I just wasn't jiving with it, you know, like I didn't like the way things were going and I chose my path and I haven't looked back since. You know, this is like years ago. You know, a decade has passed and I mean, not to toot our own horns, but I mean, we're still together, you know, years later and I feel like I made the right choices and people can't tell me that I did. I mean that I didn't, like cuz only you will know what's best for you. Your parents and your family will tell you otherwise, but only you know what you want out of life. Only you will understand what is best for you. As much as they've raised you and done stuff to you and like helped you along, like sorry I'm in love and you're not. Exactly. Like there's some people in this world that cannot have that, you know, like they're not able to love in a weird way. And it takes a special type of person to fix that in you because I was kind of similar. Like I was very detached. Like ask if you ever ask Sandra, if you ever ask her in a personal conversation, like she'll tell you. I was very like um I don't even know how to describe the emotion it is. It's just like being very like disassociated. Yeah. And I thought that was normal for the longest time, just like not allowing myself to like feel certain things because they were wrong, you know? Like I was in the right I wasn't in the wrong or I was in the wrong by feeling the way I was feeling. It's not until somebody starts validating your very existence that you start to see like, you know what, maybe there's nothing that wrong with me, you know? I've just been surrounded by people that don't want the best for me. They want what's best for you for them, you know? Cuz you're basically something to be used. You're a thing. You're no longer yourself. You're just something that they can like take advantage of. Your lives be low key therapy. I mean, we've come a long way and we've had a lot of issues along the way, but like I wouldn't be who I am today if we hadn't gone through those things. So it's like yeah, they were bad, but I feel like we're in a much better place mentally than we were at that time. Like I feel like I'm even a little like smarter because of it, you know? Like I was really dumb, like really dumb emotionally. Like I was really stupid. Donnie's parents would fight and ignore each other for weeks when we got together. I was like, we were fighting before breaking up. You ignore me, dead to me. Um, Again, I feel like that's something that has a lot of root in like what happens to women that are kind of just pushed down, you know. I don't know your history, but like from what I've seen, it's systematically like almost all the time it's just women being oppressed like in some shape or form. That's what I've seen. Y'all are made to do some really like god awful things and just be like pushed down and like whatever you're dealing with like tough it out because you know your husband's working for you so he's making your money and you get to stay home like a lot of that. And then the other side of it is like, well, you promised to marry him so like you have to deal with it now like no matter what. And it's like, where did they tell you, where's the fine print where it's like, oh, I was just supposed to sign on and just get stuck like this, you know, like it's not supposed to get better. I thought it was supposed to be a partnership. I thought it was 50-50, you know, and that's not how it goes. You know, that's not how most marriages go from what I've seen. The majority of the time, there's a huge power dynamic and it's not balanced at all. My grandma got mad at me for making him do his own laundry because I stay home. Yeah, and that typically happens in the South. Like, it's just a Southern thing. It's like, it's also kind of like a misogynistic thing. Like, oh, they should never touch a dish. They should never touch laundry. Like, they're men, you know? I just think it's kind of gross if a guy doesn't know how to wash his own things, you know? Like, mommy's gonna wash all your clothes? Like, bro, you don't go to your house all the time. Like, so you're just rocking those 4 or 5 day old underwear? Like, damn. I think I learned to wash my clothes like at 14. And because low key, it was kind of gross thinking about it. Like, I'm coming back from school all sweaty and like my mom's handling my stuff. Like, dude, that's pretty gross to me. My mother-in-law gifted me a clothes iron for our wedding. I handed it back to her. I'll be honest with you, like I never iron anything. Like anything. I think it's the hugest waste of time. Like ironing your clothes to me is so like wasted energy. Like you're literally wrinkled like all the time. Unless you're going to like a wedding or something kind of like official, I really don't see the point in doing that. But I mean, more power to you if you enjoy being all crisp, but that's just not me. She told me, your turn to iron his clothes. Like, I don't, there's no point to it, honestly. Like, I'd be more worried, like, is the hygiene at where it should be? Like, is he showering right? Is he, like, brushing his teeth? Is he shaving? Is he, like, keeping up with his, like, body and stuff? Like, making sure he doesn't smell funky. Like, that stuff matters more. Take it to a dry cleaner. And honestly, it's gonna come out cleaner. You know, like they have the machines to really clean stuff properly. It sanitizes everything. So I remember Sandra told me at one time. I think we were dating at the time that she mentioned this, but she was like, "I always thought you smelled." When before we got to know each other, she was like, "I always thought that you had like you were like smelly." And she was like, and then once I don't know if I hugged you. Did I hug you? I don't know if I hugged you. Can you confirm that? This was in high school. I didn't smell. I smelled like clean laundry because I was washing my clothes. Like I was washing my own clothes at the time. Like I had started, so we were dating. Yeah, we're finger what is it? Finger quotes dating. I love how you always throw salt on that. Like you're gonna make me go back in time and not even bother with you. You smell like clean soap. You smell. Oh my God, Donnie had the worst body spray. I think we all had really bad body spray. Like, and we thought we smelled good, you know? Our teenage brains were like, this smells good, dude. Axe body spray. What was the other one? It was I think it was a red one. Old Spice? It was a NASCAR brand? Oh no, dude. That, you know, that has like a billion chemicals in it. It has real nitro from the NASCARs. So you can drive fast and smell great. I mean, did it come in like a cool container at least? Because if it did, then I'm like, that's half the reason we buy stuff. If it was like in a cool little like a car shaped like thing, I'd been like, okay, that would have gotten me. Was it a Lightning McQueen? Oh my god. That, I mean, that does get us. Like if it's shaped like something, like your dad, Sanders' dad has his cologne that he refuses to throw away that's shaped like a car because it's shaped like a car. And that's the kind of people we are. We try to be all tough, but it's like it's real hard looking tough when you have all your odds and ends piled up in a little corner so that no one throws them away. It was literally just red, which is almost worse. It is shaped like a car. It's like it looks like it looks like Brute. It looks like that Brute aftershave. Hey Ellie, what up? And it's like it looks like a car, like it's like this big. I looked it up on eBay. They're like $30. When we broke up, he gave me his old hoodie and sprayed a bunch on it, and he was like, "Oh no." Why did you guys break up? What's the tea there? You haven't said hi to Chris. Oh, it blends in with yours. What's up, Chris? I don't know, teen stuff. Oh, we got in a car accident. Oh, damn. I'm also like looking at 4 screens, guys. Trying to keep up with you guys too. Keep up, keep up. He got grounded and got his phone taken away. Ugh, I don't miss that time, dude. That you gotta be home by like such and such. Like, I ain't never gonna listen to y'all, so just shut up. Get with the program, Dungeon. I'm trying, I'm trying. I'm faster than Sandra. Ooh. I just noticed the face cam, the squishmallow. Yes, dude. Pinche reindeer chaffon with a Christmas hat. Calls were free after 9. Ugh. What a terrible time in the internet, dude. When we had to pay for like minutes just to talk to each other. Like, what a nuisance. We would rack up those phone bills. Talking nonsense till like 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I can't call you because I don't have any minutes. Like, bro, shut the hell up and go call me from a payphone. You could update your Facebook status with a text. I never did that. Yeah, we had to pay for our stupid text messages because we had Sprint, so they would charge you per message, I guess. I remember one time we went to the Sprint store and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, like it's like $300." And my dad was like, "Why? Why is it so much? Have you been using the SMS text?" And he was like, "I don't even know what that is." And I was like, "Oh shit." And you could do a text signature. Oh yeah, I remember those text signatures. I had a prepaid and each text was like, "What? It was $1?" Hell no. At Mary's house. That's a lot. $1 for a text message is a lot. And now it's free and we don't even text anyone. You see how it's like nonsense that they just make us do? And I guarantee you, if like the nerds had their way, all this stuff would be free, but $1, like I can't even spare $1 for like a Coke now. It's like $2 to buy a Coke. You cannot catch me answering calls or texts right now. Like if somebody calls me, it's always bad news. Like I almost like dread getting phone calls from our area. I'm just like, it's something bad, dude. It's something that's like somebody is hurt, somebody needs us to go pick them up. Like it's never anything good. LO, the amount of time I've spent on ringtones. So many phones. So my phone is on silent all the time. Yeah. That's how mine is. Because my dad has a really bad habit of calling and just being like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, nothing. Like, what, dude? He's like, do you want to go eat? I'm like, no, I'm trying to save money. He's like, I'll buy it. I'm like, I'm not even hungry. He's like, eat. Eat, damn you. I'm like, no. I was like, shut up and just leave me home. Like, I want to sleep in. What it? Or you could record it from the radio and like shut up everyone I'm recording. When I get a call from the family, it's bad. I'm like, why am I getting a call? Who died? It's always something bad. It's rarely any good news. Like, oh yeah, by the way, here's $500. Why don't I ever get that phone call? My parents never call me. Ah, you're lucky, Ellie. We're always unhappy with whatever situation we're in. Like, no one calls me. People call me too much. Look, I'll be honest with you guys. I actually like us blowing up the chat. Like, that's fun. I miss that. I don't like phone calls, but like I like having like an active chat. So when I see the Discord popping off, I'm like, that's vibes. It would be like the whole club is looking at her. We really did too much with those ringtones. I remember I had like 2 songs on mine. Like you get a double dose of Coheed. You would get it as you called, and then if I called you, you'd hear it. I think that cost me like $4.99. Uh, call my house phone, but before 10, or my mom will be mad. I'm always calling my dad to ask if he wants Dutch Bros. If my dad had you, my dad wishes I would call him and take him to like coffee. I hate waking up early, guys. Like, I do it because I have to, not because like I'm a morning person. But I'm just like dragging myself out of bed. And I'm just like, what? I think one time when we were like working really like consistently, I made myself a coffee like a normal human being, and I drank it calmly. I let it chill a little bit, and it gave me like the best caffeine energy that I've ever had my whole life. And I was in such a good mood that day, and my dad was like, "Why are you so like different today?" Like it threw him off, and I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I don't know, like you just feel different." And I was like, "Cause I drank coffee." He was like, "That's it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I drank like a really good cup of coffee, and I have a lot of energy, and I feel real like real positive. I don't know." My mom just wishes I would call her. Bro, same. Like, there's always that one parent that's like, "Ugh." That's on ADHD. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe the caffeine just like sat weird and made my ADHD kind of like better. I just remember you always having a new number because I was like broke. I had no money. So like when we got married, my parents had kind of like stopped paying for all my stuff. At like I had already cut that like kind of cut that cord like a year or two before you, so I had a lot of those not Metro PCS, but the other one, which is Boost. I had a lot of Boost numbers, but I would forget to pay it, or I wouldn't have enough money for the month, and then I'd have to go back, and I was like, I mean, I don't really care. Nobody calls me, so I was like, not really worried about losing numbers. The 5 people I always called, their numbers are always the same, so I think the caffeine at night like has a reverse effect on me because like it does nothing to me. It doesn't wake me up. Maybe that's an ADHD thing too. It doesn't make me sleepy, right? But like I don't feel like it has any like real effect on me. It is, right? It's like one of those ADHD things. Like it has literally no effect on me. I could drink like a whole thing of Coke, like those 2 liters or like 3 liters, and however many milligrams of caffeine that is, it has no effect on me. It'll raise my heart rate, like my blood pressure will be really high, but it doesn't do anything to like boost my peppiness or nothing. It's very common for people with ADHD to be night owls too. I could easily, yeah. That's when I was like staying. You remember that time? I told Erica about it. Like there was this chunk of time where I could not sleep. Like I think there was several nights. I think like 4 or 5 nights, not back to back, not consecutively, but like there was nights that I just went from one point, like one day to the next, and I didn't sleep till like about 6 in the afternoon. So I was up for like at least 24 to 48 hours. I was like, wow, I couldn't sleep. As hard as I would try, like I would take a hot shower, I would try to relax, I would like not watch anything before I laid down. That's why people with ADHD get misdiagnosed with bipolar. I've never gotten diagnosed with anything. It's just like it's all conjecture, but like you can see a lot of the signposts that you have. It's not rocket science. It's mistaken with a manic episode. Not to detract from like mental health, right? But like it's just you can see it. Like you even recognizing behavior patterns is something that's part of it. Like pattern recognition is part of it. When we really just go through periods of low sleep needs, I think it's also because our minds are so like active. Like we can't really quiet our mind enough to kind of like hit those REM cycles. Like we're just too awake. We're too alert. And there's even I don't know if you've read this, but there's like I don't know where I saw this, where I read it, but it was kind of like a commentary on why we exist, right? Our weirdness exists in the world. There was a little bit of a I guess it's like a lore. I'm not going to give it credit with like being true, right? But it just sounds interesting. Is the reason that we stay up like that is because we were the ones that stayed up at night to guard the village, which is kind of weird and kind of like cool. It's like that's the reason we're alert at that time. That's the reason that like we stay up at those hours when danger is most like weird, like you never know what's going to come at night. Like that's why we're like active. That's why we're on point. And I was like, if that's true, I was like, then that would really explain why we're so active at night. Like there was big chunks of time where I would stay like that. Like I couldn't sleep and I would just be awake at the weirdest hours. Maybe unbeknownst to me, I was like guarding something. Something bad could have happened in those frames of time where I was like fully awake. And something I subconsciously do, like I've never told Sandra this, but like when I'm up a lot, like a lot at night, like let's say I'm up at a weird hour, I purposely turn on some of the lights randomly throughout the house so that the outside of the house will like illuminate the windows like randomly. So I'll go around and randomly turn on a light so that if there is somebody walking around